What's up, guys? It's me, Daniel, with VintageMagic.com, and we are back with another car vlog. I know you guys miss these car vlogs, so hold on to your seats, everybody. We got an interesting topic today. All right, so today's topic is actually something I saw from on eBay. There was this BGS 10 pristine Charizard Pokemon card, the HOLOFOIL version, which is the more rare version of the Pokemon cards, and it was a first edition, like the alpha essentially of Pokemon. And I think it sold for like $55,000. I'm gonna post the link of the auction below, but and also the picture, the picture itself is going to be the thumbnail, so it should be on there if you want to look at the price and all that. But it brings a very interesting topic, and just a side note, I am not going to be doing Pokemon videos and Buddy Fight and Yu-Gi-Oh and other CCG games like Rudy does, so I'm not copying him. I'm bringing this up because it's more of from an investment and an overall gaming spectrum and a health of the economy type of thing for our industry. So I think it's really important to analyze this type of thing, because if you don't look at this stuff, you're actually going to miss out on signals that could be either a buy or a sell opportunity. So when a card of this caliber sells for $55,000, I mean, guys, that's a shitload of money. A lot of money for a Pokemon card. That is, I don't know if that's the highest sale of a Pokemon card, but it's pretty close, I'm sure, because it's a lot of money. This, in retrospect, trumps most Alpha 9.5 Lotus sales. Does not trump, like, we sold some Alpha 9.5s that are all 9.5s and a 10 subgrade for over 60,000 before, but and it does not trump the BGS 10 Beta Lotus. We sold one for 90,000 last year, and then there's two on eBay, one of them, which is ours, for about $120,000. There's only 3 of those in the world. So no, the Pokemon card Pokemon has not exceeded Magic in terms of valuations yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if something occurred where the Charizard becomes in that spectrum, $100,000 plus. Yeah, you're probably already commenting on the video if you're a troll, or you're just, pissed off at the world and wanting to say, hey, look, why the hell would you spend this kind of money on a freaking Pokemon card? Let alone a Magic card or any kind of card, collectible card. Shit, baseball cards, why? Well, the thing is, guys, you're right. There's absolutely no reason to spend this kind of money on these kind of cards, except the fact that they represent something, and I've talked about this in my other videos, that it represents a piece of history. And for Pokemon and its rich history, I think it started in 1999, a history of about 18 years of existence, it represents the beginning of the game, and it represents the most iconic and special card of their set. Just like the Alpha Black Lotus has reached, incredible heights, and even the Beta Black Lotus, they are collector's items. They are investment pieces. They are looked at as things that will go up in value, not these crappy reprints that you see all the time, and other kind of investment modules. These are items that you will retain and possibly pass down your family long term. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's not going to happen, Dan. That's because once Wizards abolishes the reserve list and shit happens, and yeah, Pokemon's reprinting everything anyway. There is no reserve list, so who cares? You're wrong, because Pokemon does reprint cards. They do not have a reserve list. They've proven that with some of their reprints and stuff they've done with their other sets. I don't know the exact sets. You can go to Rudy's channel at Alpha Investments and look at all the kind of stuff he's talked about. He had a video about reprinting Pokemon cards. It's an interesting standard of collecting because it kind of ruins the fun out of it, right? To know that your cards are reprintable. But why would someone buy a first edition Charizard if things are being reprinted? And there's also been other versions of Charizard before reprinted. Well, answer the question, guys. And also, there's absolutely nothing really any different. The backs of cards are exactly the same. The blue Pokemon back, it's yellow on the borders. The illustration may or may not be different. I don't know the history of all the reprints. The foiling may or may not be different, but it looks exactly the damn same, in my opinion. So what in the world does it matter why would someone buy such an expensive card if it's reprintable? Well, this proves my point. This proves my point to those people and those people out there that want the reserve list abolished. That if Pokemon is a reprintable type of collectible, who gives a damn, right? Because people still pay high prices, not just for Charizard, but to collect the sets. I think there's like sets like Jungle, Rocket, Gym Challenge, Gym Heroes, the Neo sets, all these first edition sets. Why are people buying into these sets, grading the cards, paying thousands and thousands of dollars to get graded cards and make these sets? Hundreds of dollars and thousands of dollars. I don't know about tens of thousands on other cards, but let's be honest. I mean, there's a lot of cards that I've seen on eBay for Pokemon first edition cards. It's absolutely insane. So, why is there an appetite for this stuff, guys, even though that's reprintable? Because it goes back to my phenomenon I've been talking about the entire time that some of you guys want to just eliminate in your heads, and that's fine, is that the reserve list of Magic, the phenomena of collecting of Magic, it doesn't matter how you look at it, these older Magic the Gathering cards are going to be mainstays for the rest of our lives for generations and generations to come. That's it. End the video. That's it. Subscribe, hit like. Thank you very much. But for those of you who want to keep listening, it's because of the financial advantages, guys. Investing in commodities, investing in collectibles is like investing in something that is a piece of art, something different, something intrinsic value, something nostalgic value, things that you don't look at normally in stock investments, real estate investments. So it's a hedge, it's a diversification. People invest in different things. People invest in gold to bet against that if there's a failure in the market, then the gold market will go up. The commodities market, gold and silver. Some people invest in palladium. Some people invest in samurai swords, knives, guns, whatever, ammunition. It doesn't matter, guys. This type of investing and collecting, hobby investing, has been going on for ages. Artwork, stamps, coins is traditional, right? But these alternative investments are going to stay, and like it or not, it's never going to change. So, if you're on the bandwagon, I bring this Pokemon card up to you guys because I wasn't shocked one little bit. I've seen some stuff, some posts about why the hell would someone buy this type of thing. It actually does not surprise me that this card just keeps going up and up and up. In fact, there is some people that are hoarding 9.5 Gem Mint PSA 10 Pokemon Charizard cards because of the fact that they're so rare and they're so important for the game. Now, you're probably wondering, well, that's a little obsessive. Well, it's the same parallel. It's the same parallel as in Magic. How many of you guys out there, and I know who you guys know who I'm talking about, collect one of a certain card because you're absolutely in love with the artwork, you love it because it's nostalgic, or, you know, you just love it because you think it's a good investment. To that guy who has the, comes to my table when I go to a Grand Prix, who has like a, I don't know, 150, maybe 200 plus mountains, the Arabian Nights mountains, right? He comes by and he shows me all these cards. Why in the hell would you want that many of them? His goal is to buy as many as he can. Another guy on YouTube, he has like a ton of jade statues, tons of I said virgins. That's what she said. Versions of the jade statue. He likes that card. Doesn't matter, guys. There's a lot of people that... I just saw a guy the other day who has, I don't know, it must be like 20 or 30 plus PSA 10 or BGS 9.5 Library of Alexandrias. Gem mint grade, guys. And that's... I'm sure he has some raw ones too, right? Some people just like to collect and invest in Magic and cards. Now, I have to tell you guys that this trend is just becoming more and more explosive because of the fact of the economy. The economy right now is in what you call a high. The stock market's at a high. The debt in America has nothing to do with the economy necessarily. It's to do with the stock market or the spending of the government. But the American appetite to buy into collectibles and things of that nature is strong. So that tells me as an investor of cards and collectibles and, you know, high-end stuff, that it's time to keep on buying and keep on investing. I'm not selling it, you know. I'm going to sell some stuff here and there, but I'm not going to sell specific items that I think are going to rise. You guys might be looking at me like, well, Dan, you're just saying that because you sell the cards and you want everybody to buy everything you have. Well, unfortunately, guys, that is partly true, but it's also incorrect because I don't want you to buy everything I have. That's not a strategy that I have. My strategy is to invest in the collectibles for the long term until the day I die and pass it on to, you know, my family and people in hopefully passing down my business to my family. So with that said, it's really intriguing because a lot of people think that it's something that, you know, you buy a card, you make that 10%, 20%, whatever the markup was, and you basically are, you know, happy with that. Well, I'm not happy with that in the sense that I want to invest it for the long term. I feel like the growth pattern for these type of collectibles will continue to rise at an exponential rate. And this example of the BGS 10 Pokemon Charizard is a great example of the high-end sector having the appetite to buy into these kind of cards. Because think about this. If the market, if the economy for Magic and Pokemon and other CCGs was so bad, this card would have gone down to a very low level, to the valuations of what a card would just cost. I think the regular card itself, you know, sells for, you know, I don't know, copies sell for about $5,000, maybe $10,000 for mint copies. For it to go 5 times or plus the value of a mint copy or even raw copy, even higher multiplier, shows me that the market has appetite for risk. And when there's appetite for risk, there's also an opportunity for reward that you never will, you don't really understand until it's too late. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you guys, once again, if you're doubting the market, you're doubting the economy, you're thinking that, you know, shit's gonna hit the fan, you're missing out on the boat. Because what's going on is people are stomaching incredible opportunities for the future. Now, I've made videos that that there might be a decline in singles here and there and all that stuff. But keep in mind, the market is dynamic and it changes. So if you're watching my video months ago, a week ago, years ago, that doesn't mean that the market hasn't changed. So unfortunately, that information is probably has changed. It's not accurate, and that's because you got to start watching my videos and hit subscribe below and get recent market updates and content. But I think you got to realize that just because something was lower in the past doesn't mean that the cost of something is ever going to go to that price again. The market stomachs, and I don't want to say the word stomachs, but the market absorbs that price increase, like with a buyout or price increase of top-end sales. And they evaluate it, and the price never actually goes down to the historical lows for these collectibles, unless something catastrophic happens. And the thing is, in the case of collectibles, catastrophe doesn't happen because you're talking about historical items, rarities, collectibles, and with the economy being so strong, chances are very low that the collectibles are going to go down. All right, guys, I do have a tip for you. I'll leave you with this. Alpha Black Lotuses. Alpha Black Lotuses are very undervalued. I'm going to tell you right out of the gate that I see this card jumping a lot more in the future. Give it about 2 to 5 years. Who knows? Maybe it'll double. And then exponentially growth throughout the years. The card is extremely rare. It is ultra iconic. I'm finding collectors coming to me and wanting these cards. And, you know, like I don't want to sell them to them because I want to grade them. But they're wanting to get away from their modern cards, their legacy decks. They don't care if they lose money for value-wise. They just want to overpay. And when people are overpaying for a card, that means that they believe the card will rise much more in the future. Alpha Black Lotuses, guys, save up, buy them ASAP. That's it that I got for today. Keep watching the videos. I appreciate the support and the love. Talk to you guys soon.